Hey Facebook, how's it going? This is Hey Jasmine, and I just want to wait for a few people to catch on. Hey, thanks for the loves, of course, lovey. I appreciate everyone taking their time. Like the great Jay-Z said, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. And we are here with daily motivation, the year of consistency, 365 days of taking action, daily tasks, doing them every single day so they become habit. Oh, I love this topic because this one is a little bit of cold water for some people. Because people sometimes want to know, why am I not reaching my destiny? Why am I not reaching my full potential? Why haven't I seen the right things? Why things are not working out in my relationship? Why things are not working out with my health? Why things are not working out with my weight? And here's the answer. It's you. And many times it's your attitude. It's your attitude. Which reminds me of a story from The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People from Steve R. Covey. If you never read it, is a very, very good book. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And he writes a story about a class that in the beginning of the year, they took an assessment test, but the test got mixed up. This was supposed to test the students' IQ, and it was swapped. So the kids that scored lower were sent to the teacher that had the high score kids, and the students that scored higher were sent to the teacher that had the lower scores. Of course, so now they have in their mind a certain condition, a certain way things are going to go. So what they do is they started treating the kids as the test assessed. Now, later on, they realized they made the mistake. And so instead of saying, oh, let's do an experiment, instead of saying, hey, we made a mistake, switch the test, let's say, let's retest them. And now the kids that initially scored high end up scoring low. And the kids that scored low end up scoring high. Why? Because now they have in their mind a certain condition, a certain paradigm, a certain way, a certain attitude. And you could test attitude yourself. Go to a neighborhood where there's full of Amscots, the hood. Let's go to where there's a bunch of bars and liquor stores and things of that nature. Go there and see the people's attitude of low income areas. What do you want? Move out of my way. Nobody's opening the door for people. Nobody's saying excuse me. But then go to a place like Bloomingdale's, where it's full of high-end material, where it's rich, abundance, and wealthy. You see people, hey, how you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? How could I help you? The attitudes are different, completely different, because your attitude affects your altitude. Where you go in life is affected by how you feel about it, how you approach things. And you can test your own attitude through your own thoughts. And people don't realize your attitude is preventing you from reaching your goals, because your words will say it. You know, I want to lose 10 pounds. Man, I hate running. I hate going to the gym. Your hatred of the gym is your attitude about it. You cannot manifest something that you internally, subconsciously dislike. When your attitude about certain things are, I hate rich people. I don't like people that have too much money. They're arrogant. They're misleading people. They're doing things unethically. But at the same time, in the same breath, in the same thought, man, I would love to have abundance. I would love to have extra money to pay my bills. But your attitude towards certain things becomes your altitude, becomes the level. We cap ourselves from our thoughts. We cap ourselves the way we feel, how we approach things. Even when you go to work, man, I don't feel like being here on Monday morning. Oh, I hate this job. Usually that would affect your whole attitude and the aura and the energy that you're creating. So of course, usually that attitude going out the day creates a bad day. But an upbeat attitude of positivity usually creates that same thing. Test it out yourself. See what kind of thoughts that you verbalize on a daily basis about anything. Really be conscious of the words you say and the thoughts you think, because usually that is coincide of your actual reality. See where you are right now and see what you would love to gain. Then think about your attitude towards it. See, I believe in working smart, not hard, but I do believe in putting in work. So my attitude is, no matter what, hey, I'm going to put in the work. Even if I'm not good at something, I'm going to put in the work. See, that attitude of, I'm not great at something, but I'm going to put in the work to be better at it. And if I chip away every single day, I will improve and I will master it. And that attitude creates more opportunities, more doors to open. See, when you approach anything with the right attitude, things start to manifest in your life and more people want to help you because you have the right attitude. Even I was working with a corporate person one day, and he says, you know, Rich, when we hire less on skill and more on the person's attitude. If a person comes to work with a good attitude, upbeat, willing to learn, willing to progress, willing to listen, they will hire that person a lot faster than the person that has all the lines of attributes. One of my mentors when I was in college told me, many people are going to graduate here, but they're not going to get positions that they want because their unwillingness to learn, be positive, be upbeat. See, most people want to be around somebody that they enjoy, that they can hang out with, that they can talk candidly with. While they don't hire the person that's low energy, that you have to keep pumping up. You have to keep saying, hey, come on, let's move, let's go. That's draining in itself. You want somebody that comes in, says, I'm ready to work, I'm ready to grind, I'm ready to do whatever it takes. That's the person you want to be around. That's the attitude that would create that heightness for you. When you're polite to people, you're nice. Even a nice smile. When I used to do sales, I used to make sales just because I had a nice smile. I remember one lady said, I came yesterday to the store and I was going to buy from the other guy, but just because of his attitude, his demeanor, his aura, I decided to leave. And I came back just because I liked your attitude. I saw you how you deal with customers, and I wanted to deal with you because you're upbeat, you're smiling, you're positive, and because of your attitude, I want to deal with you. So you must know and you must remember that it's not your skills, it's your attitude. It's your attitude about life. It's your attitude about the product. It's your attitude about the daily task. If you could go in with an upbeat attitude, more people will want to work with you versus the other guy. And me personally, I would say in 365 days, have an attitude of gratitude. I feel like the more grateful I am, the more I get. The more I'm just upbeat and say thank you. I wake up every morning and I just say thank you, God, for this opportunity to breathe, to open my eyes, to be in this game. I have another time at bat. And just because of that, I say thank you. My attitude of gratitude elevates me. Because when things are not working out and then you feel down, I remember, hey, you're grateful. There's good things happening to you. You have your eyes, you have your ears, you have your mind, you have your legs, you can walk. Not everyone can say that. And to be grateful for what you have now, it seems that more comes to me as I'm grateful for what I have now. Trust me, test it out yourself. Go to a high-end area, high-end expensive luxury area. See the people's attitude, see how they act, see how they smile, see how they approach. And then go to a low-income area and see their attitude. See how they deal with customers. See how they deal with clients. And lastly, I'll tell you a quick story. This is a true story. This happened about 2 weeks ago. My wife and I were looking for a caterer for our wedding. And we had two different types of caterers that we wanted to choose from. One caterer was so upbeat. He was so happy just to be cooking the food. He says, I love to what I do. Even if I was not getting paid, I will still be cooking. My father was a cook. My father before him, his father before him. And he was so nice. And we said, man, that's the guy we want at our wedding. And then we went to number two caterer had a terrible attitude. When we got there, he opened the door. Yeah, come on in. He didn't even invite us to a nice place. He invited us to his house, put us on the kitchen counter, and started eating with us. He said, well, if I'm going to cook already, just in case you don't even want the food, I'm going to eat myself. And we're like, you came in with the wrong attitude. You should expect to win. You should expect us to want to buy your food. But instead of taking his time, putting love, putting extraness into the food, he just threw it in. All right, go ahead, eat. Too much salt. And we're trying to be polite. We didn't really like the food. And so he's like, you're not going to eat the fish? Why aren't you eating the fish? I'm like, sorry? So we started eating it was so weird. It was so nerve-wracking. The whole energy of the room was just so dense and tight. And guess who we chose as our caterer? Obviously, the guy with the right attitude. The guy with the love, the abundance, the feel good of it. Versus the person that says, hey, whatever, man. You buy my stuff, you don't buy my stuff, I could care less. I want the person that cares about their craft, cares about their clients, cares about their customer. The reason you're not making sales, the reason that nobody's buying your product, the reason nobody's following your material is not because the market, it's not because of the algorithms, it's not because you don't have what it takes, it's because of your attitude. Wealthy people, successful people, abundant people have the right attitude. And the opposite does as well. That's the cold water. Again, either you could agree with me or not agree with me. But either way, I feel that this was a successful conversation. Lastly, check out Jack Canfield's The Success Principles when he talks a lot about attitude in this book, about the right attitude, how to approach the job, how to approach the clients, how to approach new service, how to approach your friends, how to approach your family, how to approach your loved ones, how to approach your wife. It all pans and all stems from a positive attitude. Love is love. I appreciate everyone taking your time to watch this. I hope it serves you. And namaste. Jim, I appreciate it. Nestor, I appreciate it. Jazz, of course, I appreciate you. Sue, I appreciate it. I appreciate the love, everybody, for taking your time to watch this. I do this for you because these success knowledge that are instilled in me are given to me so I can share it. Never for me to hoard. It's always for me to share. Appreciate it. Love it. Oh, I just saw that. Jim, it's called Success Principles. Success Principles. Jack Canfield. The Success Principles. All right. But I will send you the link, sir.